Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including Spectrum seriously talking about leaving cable TV. How serious are they? Well, it turns out they attempted to do this, or at least talked about it back in 2019, and now they're very serious. 3 very large IPTV legal streaming services are shut down, and Disney, how much money are they really losing if they don't get their channels back on Spectrum-owned networks? We're going to be breaking down this news and a whole lot more here in a quick minute. First though, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read about them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families, hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows you enjoy. All right, let's start off with a story that broke on Labor Day. Sports Business Journal, which does a really good job covering the world of sports, check them out, had a story inside the story about the Spectrum-Disney fight. They mentioned that their sources have told them that in 2019, when Spectrum and Disney hit their last renewal, it was a lot more contentious than we heard, and that it was very possible that Spectrum seriously considered if Disney did not agree to their terms, shutting down their cable TV network back then. Now, we've heard the talk. Spectrum wants to bundle streaming services. They want some live channels and streaming services bundled together. They want their customers, if they pay for Disney channels, to get free ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, etc. with that. And they said if it doesn't go that way, they'll be willing to walk away and just offer bundles of streaming services to their internet customers. Many wrote that off as just talk. Well, now it looks like they are very serious about that. And they were so serious about it in 2019 that they almost did so, but were able to come to some type of deal with Disney to avoid that. It'll be interesting to see this time. This time, reportedly, they're taking a much harder stance, and they're very serious about walking away from TV if Disney's not willing to agree. In their minds, let me know if you agree with this, they're subsidizing these streaming services. For example, Disney Plus is losing money, but Disney's making money off of the cable companies, which are funneling into Disney Plus there in a preparation for a day when streaming services are dominant and cable is no more. Let me know what you think. Does Spectrum right in that argument? Disney, of course, says, hey, we want a standard contract renewal here. We're not interested in anything fancy. We'll see how this all plays out. But very interesting to see how this all comes together. We'll have to keep a close eye on it. But let me know what you think. All right, Ace, which is a conglomerate partnered with the motion picture industry, big name tech companies like Netflix, Amazon, and more, plus traditional studios like Sony, Paramount, and Disney, have shut down 3 very large IPTV services for streaming live sports illegally online. So how big are these pirate services? Well, according to Ace, these services averaged 18 million monthly visits. That is a lot of traffic. That will put it very high up and could even make it one of the top second-tier streaming services, probably very similar to some other second-tier services here in the United States. Now, this is on top of some other pirate services they shut down earlier this year with 5.9 million monthly visits and 2.3 monthly unique visitors. That is a lot of traffic coming to these illegal pirate services. And with that, you can see why studios and sports groups are trying to shut these down. Even if it's just 10 million people, if you can just get 10% of that, an extra million people to sign up for your contract, that will really add up and drive a lot of revenue. And that's why in the recent months and years, we've seen studio companies really push to crack down on illegal streaming. They understand that they're not completely going to get rid of illegal streaming, but they're hoping to make it as difficult as possible to force as many people as possible to legal streaming services. And like I said, even if you can get 10% of that, if you can get 1 million people to do that, it's reported that Disney makes over $9 per cable subscriber for its ESPN networks. Well, that's $9 million a month right there. Added to the Disney bill, you can understand why they're trying to crack down on it as much as possible. Look for this to become even heated. The war on IPTV is not slowing down. It's likely to get even bigger and more aggressive. We'll wait and see how this all plays out. But mark my words, 2023 and probably 2024 are going to be big years for the efforts to stop pirate TV. So we just talked about Disney money. Exactly how much money will Disney lose if it doesn't put its channels back on Spectrum? owned network. So Spectrum has over 14 million residential customers. This means $1.4 billion every year in revenue comes from Disney-owned channel, or Disney-owned channels like ESPN exclusively comes from Spectrum. So ESPN's getting $1.4 billion. In total, Disney made $2.2 billion last year from Spectrum. If that fails to return, that's going to be a lot of money. Yes, some customers will switch over and start subscribing to YouTube TV, Hulu with Live TV, Fubo, etc. Some will not, and some just don't care. One of the things that a lot of cable networks got fat on is the idea that millions of people who don't watch their content pay for it. There's a lot of talk about CNN being the big one here, that if CNN had to rely exclusively on its viewers, it would not survive as a network. It survives a lot because people pay for it, but don't watch it. And that's included in a lot of cable networks out there with it. And a lot of people are putting a lot of money into that idea that, hey, I can bundle all this stuff. Disney says, hey, you want ESPN, you also have to carry FX and the Disney Channel and all these other Disney-owned channels you have to include with it. Disney reportedly wants Spectrum to guarantee ESPN will be in 80% of all their bundles they sell. We'll see how that plays out. But you get an idea here. These are big numbers. You can understand why there's a push and take here on this. Let me know what you think. Are you surprised by how much Disney gets? $2.2 billion just from Spectrum, the second largest cable TV provider in the United States? Let me know. All right, last week, Local Now, the live TV streaming service that offers free ad-supported streams of hundreds of channels out there, added 6 new ones, including a 24/7 feed of The Biggest Loser, Fear Factor, Cold Squad, Heritage Channel, and Chess TV, just to name a few of them. Full list down in the show notes in the first pinned comment. If you haven't checked out these free ad-supported services, do so. Check it out down in the comments. We'll love to hear from you. These services like Local Now are a huge way for cord cutters to watch a ton of content 100% free. If you're not a sports fan, there's so much content out there. Why are you paying for cable TV if you don't care about live events? Really, it's increasingly, that's the only reason I think a majority of people do pay for cable TV is live things like sports with it. All right, deal of the day. Anker's 65-watt 3-port USB-C, which is the best USB-C charger I have tested for the money out there, is down to a new lowest price I have ever seen it at, $33.99. No coupon, no discounts needed. Check it out, link in the show notes for our deal of the day with that. And then lastly, good news for football fans. If you're a football fan like me, college football kicked off. Week 1 was last weekend. I watched a lot of football here. Actually got a little in trouble. I started playing Civilization 5 as I watched college football and forgot how much of a time sucker that is for that game. Anybody here play that game? Let me know. But with this, there's some good news. There's some new contracts for TV that's going to see college and pro football aired every single day for, get this, I'm going to give you the exact number here. If I open up, 48 consecutive days starting in October. This is thanks to ESPN's new deal with the Sun Belt Conference that will see them play their games in October on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. It means Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, there'll be games on college. Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, there'll be games on pro. Put that all together, 48 days. Now, it could have been even longer. It could have been over 50 days. But on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, there is currently no scheduled football, pro or college that day. Hey, ESPN, we can fix this. Let's find a team willing to play on that day, and we'll get like 50 plus days of straight football. But, so one day no football before it goes back into football, and with all that, we could have ended up with like 52, I believe, days consecutive of nonstop football action. Come on, Disney, let's find a way to get a game on that day. But good news here is you will be able to enjoy a ton of football with all this. So check that out. Well, that's it for today. A lot happened over the weekend. If you haven't watched my yesterday video about all the Spectrum news, I know I touched on it a little bit today, but everything Spectrum talked about, I had a video yesterday I posted here on the channel. Click on the channel name, look at the video before this one to find more details on the Spectrum Disney fight. Really do think this is a watershed moment for cable TV, and I don't think it's going to be one that cable TV is going to recover from. And I wonder sometimes if Spectrum and Disney are opening a Pandora's box here, where they're not going to fully realize the long-term impacts. They may believe they understand what they're doing and what they're going to get from this, but it would not surprise me at all if they find themselves upside down on this deal, where one side or the other thinks they're going to come out ahead, but in the long run, both of them may lose because of this. We'll see how it plays out. I really do believe if you're not a football fan, why are you paying for live traditional TV? Increasingly on-demand services are where most cord cutters are going because they're getting everything you want from Disney, Peacock, Paramount Plus, etc. Max, to name a few. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Take care. Be safe. I hope everybody had a great day.